What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Before I tell you about what we're going to be talking about today, I have got to give everybody a humongous thank you. You guys have just blown up my channel. You have done so much, subscribed and gotten me so many views. Last night was so crazy. Last night I was at 53 subscribers, and as soon as I jumped onto my channel, it literally just blew up, and I literally just blew up to 223 subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, guys. You have done me so well. You guys, you watch my videos, you subscribe, so thank you for subscribing. You guys are awesome. I love making these videos, and you guys supporting me that way just means so much to me. So make sure you keep hitting that subscribe button to support me. You guys are awesome, and keep making great music. And leave comments because I love to read what you guys have to say. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Okay guys, so thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. Because I really don't want you guys to miss out on these videos. I really want you guys to get the best mixes that you can, so keep hitting that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because I really don't want you guys to miss out on these videos. I try my best to give you guys the content and the knowledge that you guys are going to need to get those great mixes. Alright? So now, let's talk about what we're going to be talking today in this video. Alright guys, so what we're going to be talking today about in this video is the frequency spectrum. Now the frequency spectrum can be kind of hard to understand if you're just starting out with EQ. So I'm going to lay the whole thing down for you guys today. I'm going to be explaining how to use it and walking you through the whole entire chart. It can be kind of confusing, but I'm going to do my best to understand it for you guys and break it down step by step so you guys can know it. Alright, so let's jump into the video. Here we go. Alright guys, so like I said, we're going to be talking about EQ, and I'm going to be explaining the frequency spectrum to you and how to understand what everything is in the frequency spectrum. Okay? So let's jump into it. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is how to read the numbers in the EQ. Okay? So an EQ goes from 20 hertz all the way up to 20,000 hertz. So as you can see here in the EQ that I have up here, I'm in Logic Pro X, and as you can see in the EQ here, down here, you can see 20 hertz, where my mouse is, and then it goes all the way up to 20,000 hertz. Now, the 20 hertz, right after it, it goes to 75 hertz, then it goes to 100 hertz, and then it goes to 250, 750, 2500, 7500, and then jumps right to 20,000. Now, the 20 hertz range and the 20,000 hertz range are your filters. That's where you can use a high pass filter on the 20 hertz range, and then on the 20,000 hertz range, you can use a low pass filter. Now, the high pass filter is where you're going to roll off the low end of your mix. That's where you're going to roll off the low end and get rid of any bass energy that's down there, that like boomy sound that you just don't want in your mix. you want to keep some of it so you don't want to roll it off too much. The trick to a high pass filter is to roll it off a little too much and then listen and then pull it back to where you want it to be. Now, up in the 20,000 hertz, that's your low pass filter. That's where you're gonna roll off the high end. So let's say I have some like really squeaky guitars up there. Let me show you what a low pass filter looks like. All right. So I clicked on my low pass filter up here, and let's say I have some squeaky guitars around 10K right here. What I'm gonna do is just roll that off right there. And what that will do is just get rid of any of the squeakiness. I mean, I've seen a lot of people do this with guitars to clean up the high end. Alright? So that is how you use your filters in EQ. Okay guys, so now what I'm going to do is explain what everything is in the EQ. So I'm going to walk you through everything and explain how everything works. So here we go. So the first thing I'm going to start with is the 0 line. Now, this is the 0 line right here. The 0 line is what you're going to use to boost or cut your EQ knobs. Now, these little dots are your knobs. And what they are is those are the bands that you're going to use to cut or boost your frequencies. So like I was talking about before, is you got your 20 hertz, your 75 hertz, all the way up to 20,000. So what you're going to do is pick one of these bands and you're going to boost it. Then what you can do is come down here and shorten it. And what that's going to do is cut or boost your frequencies. So you got your 0 line. So if you want to boost something, you can bring it up. But if you want to cut something, you're going to bring it below your 0 line here. And I bet you're guessing, how do you find your frequencies? It's very simple. What you're going to be doing is you'll boost it and then you'll just sweep it around your whole entire frequency spectrum until you find a bad frequency. And then what you're going to do is if you find a bad one that sounds really nasty to you, you're just going to bring it down below the 0 line. Now, you're probably asking how much to cut it. A good range to stick at is about 3 to 6 dB. Stay in that range. You don't want to cut it too much because then you're going to lose frequencies in your mix that you don't want to lose. Your mix isn't going to be that punchy. So stay in the 3 to 6 dB range. For boosting, stay around 3 to 6 dB too. Alright? So that's how the frequency works for that. There's another thing called EQ carving. Now, I'm not going to get into that today, but if you want to learn about it, I actually have a video on my channel where you can go and I will teach you about EQ carving. Alright? It's a very, very good tip to learn. So if you want to have your frequencies and your instruments to pop through the mix and to get separation in your mix, make sure you go check out my video EQ carving. I'll leave a link to it in the top of this video, like right here. Alright? So make sure you go check that out. Alright? And if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you give it a like. Alright guys, so EQ can be pretty tricky at first to learn if you're especially a new person to mix in. But once you finally get it down, it's very simple to understand and work. Trust me, EQ is one of the most important things to learn when it comes to mixing. Because if you don't use EQ in your mixing, you know what's going to happen? what's going to happen is all of your instruments are going to sit right on top of each other. You don't want that. All your mixes and your instruments are going to sit right on top of each other, and then it's just going to sound flat and muddy, and you won't be able to hear each instrument. So the way EQ pretty much works is it spreads your instrument out, your instruments, and it places each instrument in its own place. It's kind of just like panning. So you know how when you pan an instrument, it goes left or it goes right? Well, that's kind of how EQ works. You're placing your instruments in its own frequency spectrum. So let's say the guitars could be up here, the bass could be over here, the drums, kick drum down in the middle, the snare off to the side. You're placing your instruments in different places so that you can hear each frequency. It's at first complicated, but once you get it down, trust me, you'll love it and it'll be a lot easier to understand. And remember, if you want to learn about EQ carving, I have that video right up here so you guys can watch it and learn about it. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment down below and I will be happy to answer it for you guys. Alright? So I hope you enjoyed this video today, and I just want to thank you so much again for all those subscribers. You guys have really touched me and really helped me out, guys. Alright? So make sure you don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. I really want you guys to be included in this channel. You guys are awesome. Let's see if we can get to 300. Alright? So keep up the good work. Keep making great music. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys then.